Hey guys, this is Daniel from DLT Reviews, and this is the Google Nexus 6P in 2016. Google's top-of-the-line Android smartphone may have been one of the best phones available when it came out. But in the year 2016, phones such as the Galaxy S7, HTC 10, and LG G3 have hit the market. So how does the 6P compare in the modern world of mobile technology? While the 6P might not be the best looking smartphone on the market, that's not what it should be. Nexus devices aren't known for beautiful design or build quality. It was created so Google could distribute sweet, unaltered stock Android. But with that aside, the 6P is by far Google's most premium offering to date, and although the glass visor was met with lots of controversy, it's really not that bad. In fact, it adds to the unique design and helps combat against the wobbling while typing on a flat surface problem that has plagued many recent smartphones due to the camera bump trend. The chamfered edges are a very nice addition, although they can scratch almost as easily as your old iPod back covers. One gripe I have with this design, however, is the little plastic insert found towards the bottom of the phone. On some units like mine, it's not exactly flush with the rest of the device, and it seems to have discolored due to a sleeve I've been using for the phone, which was extremely disappointing. The 6P houses a 5.7-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 1440 by 2560, coming in at a whopping 518 pixels per inch. And if you have no idea what I just said, it basically means it has a really gorgeous display, which makes for an awesome gaming and media experience, especially paired with its two front-facing stereo speakers, which are some of the best speakers I've heard on a smartphone to date. It gets a little bit distorted when it's on its highest volume, but you really wouldn't notice it that much. And if all you're looking for is a phone that will give you one of the best media experiences, this is for you. In terms of storage, it comes in 32, 64, and 128 gig variants in either gold, silver, graphite, or frost. The frost color, unfortunately, is only available in 64 or 128 gigs, so you'll have to shell out a bit more money in order to get it. The 6P costs $500 for 32 gigs, $550 for 64, and $600 for 128 gigs, which is a great value considering the iPhone 6s costs $650 just for 16 gigs of storage. It also features the Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 chipset along with 3 gigs of RAM and houses a non-removable 3450 mAh battery. These are the specs, but as you know, specs aren't always everything. It's how the device performs that counts, and performance in day-to-day life is amazing. This phone is as smooth as butter, except for the rare instances of lag which don't occur too often. And one thing to note though is that the phone can get pretty warm while watching many videos in high brightness or while video chatting on Skype, but that's pretty normal for a modern day smartphone. Battery life is sadly average despite its pretty large battery. It gets me through just a day, but your mileage may vary since I use my phone to browse social media and watch lots of YouTube and Netflix. Cameras on Nexus phones have never really been good, and I'm sure every Nexus owner could have told you that. But with the 6P, it's not bad. Heck, it's actually really good. The 6P features a 12 megapixel sensor at an f2.0 aperture with dual tone LED flash and laser autofocus. It can record up to 4K video at 30 frames per second and 720p slow motion video at 240 frames per second. The front houses an 8 megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture, which can record 1080p videos at 30 frames per second. The 4K video does not support the digital stabilization that comes along with this phone, which actually works pretty well even while walking around, and in order to launch the camera you just need to tap the power button twice, a shortcut many other phones should include. HDR is a nice addition, although it will take some time to process. I think it is worth that 3-second wait because in the end the photos are just more vibrant and full of color, which in my opinion just looks way better. Also, low light pictures taken in HDR compared to non-HDR is just mind-blowing, and you can see how much more detail and color there is just with HDR turned on. The front-facing camera is pretty good as well, just make sure you have enough light in the room so you can get that detailed selfie. In terms of special features, well, there aren't that many, but you shouldn't be too surprised as this is just a Nexus. The phone charges via USB-C, a nice addition for the future, but may be annoying for people already heavily invested in micro USB accessories. Also, for the first time ever, the Nexus comes with a fingerprint sensor dubbed Nexus Imprint, and boy is it fast. The sensor is located on the back, a place where your index finger would naturally be, and it's designed so you could pull out the phone and it will already be unlocked. The sensor is really quick and easy to set up and is very accurate. The only times it doesn't work is if I place the wrong finger on it. And finally, the best feature is not actually hardware, it's the software. Since this is a Nexus device, you'll be able to get the latest Android updates, plus it runs stock Android, the unaltered version of Google's mobile operating system. Multi-window support is here on the new update, and it works on a slew of apps, unlike some other certain phones out there. So we're back to the question, is the Nexus 6P still worth it in today's market? Well, of course it is. A great media experience you can't find on many phones out there, great specs and performance, awesome cameras, along with a very competitive price point makes this a phone I would still recommend to just about anyone. Even though 2 new Nexuses may be coming soon, those Nexuses, by the way, are rumored to be ditching the front-facing speakers and jacking up prices. So if those rumors do turn out to be true and you still want a Nexus, this is the phone for you. I'm Danny from DLT Reviews. Thanks for watching.